Check it out now. Meek Mill. Now, if you guys don't know, Meek Mill got his third studio album dropping tonight. It's called Wins and Losses. Okay, it's dropping tonight. We will be having a streaming party on Twitch. Y'all could pull up. Link is in the description. Pull up around like 10 p.m. Eastern. However, here's the thing about that. All right. He did an interview with Hot 97's morning show, and he was talking a lot of stuff, okay? This is the first time ever I've heard Meek Mill sound like this. Okay, now Meek Mill, he acknowledged, he said, yo, and by the way, didn't I predict this while this was going on? Because I always would say Meek only tweets on these rants at nights, whether he's calling out Wale or somebody else for not putting up his album, or he's calling out Drake for not writing. He's tweeting late at night, is telling me that he's off one. He's on some kind of pill, he might be off the liquor, who knows? Now, he kind of confirmed it during the interview that, yeah, I was definitely off one, and yeah, I was tripping a little bit, but when you get that liquor on me, and you get my phone in front of me, Twitter fingers will activate. Now, I'm glad that he was honest enough to even admit that, which shows he's in a different space, but he continued to talk about the Drake beef, and he said, yeah, me and Drake could actually squash the shit. He said, listen, man, there's niggas in the street that has shot at me, which I didn't know that. But he said, there's niggas in the street that shot at me like way back that we bump in a club and we have conversations about it, right? Which means he's willing to get past shit even if there was beef before. And he also admitted that the real problem or the real person holding up him and Drake squashing their issues is him. Now, I told y'all the story way back, right? There was supposedly going to be a meeting with Drake, Meek, and of course Rick Ross. Rick Ross set it up. Drake showed up. Rick Ross showed up. Meek didn't show up. Meek didn't show up at all. Okay, obviously at that point, Meek was not in a mental space where he wanted to squash the beef. And if you listen to the interview that he had with Hot 97 Morning Show, he's basically saying, whenever I'm ready to squash it, it's going to be straight. But really, it's on me, and I've been holding it up. But you never know, in the future, we might just be able to work it out. But I ain't on that right now. I'm happy to see he's kind of past that both mentally and also, like, music-wise, because this album is going to be pretty big in determining how people think his career is going, right? DC4 was cool. And by the way, Meek has put out nothing but flames in the aftermath of the beef, but the reception is a lot different because now you have a lot of people who don't like him, right? Because he beefed with the most popular rapper in the game, a lot of people who just want him to lose, and then you have his core fan base holding him down. So he's been feeding his core fan base. We'll see if he could get those people back on the side that kind of like just turn their back on him. And we'll see if it can happen with this album. It's called Wins and Losses. I will be checking it out, but it was very interesting for him to say, listen, man, this beef could be squashed if I wanted to. All right? Get a Akademiks. And by the way, he did say Drake too. So it's not like he was bossing up. All right? Get a Akademiks. If you guys like them, subscribe to Akademiks. I'm out.